Just before 6 o'clock this evening, we received a 911 call from a woman. Basically, it was relayed to us, to our officers that were responding, that there was a woman threatening suicide and that she had already claimed to have killed her children. We arrived here at the scene and we found a woman in the front of the house. She wasn't showing her hands. Our officers, obviously we want to see her hands. She wasn't complying initially. She finally showed her hands. She was armed with a knife, butcher knife type of knife, and resisted our officers to the point where they had to deploy a less lethal round to get her to comply. She complied. We took her into custody. She had some injuries. The officers then went in the house and found...
Are those injuries for her, are they life-threatening at all? Or?
No, she's stable. Okay. The officers found 3 children. One of the children was outside. 2 others were inside. They were all unresponsive. So immediately our firefighters, police officers, and medics trying to do whatever they could to revive the children and give them medical attention, and they were all taken to the hospital. Since we've had one that was pronounced dead at the hospital, a 6-year-old female, the other 2 are still critical and are being flown to an Orlando hospital for children.
Now, did the father call police, or how did they get to...
Well, we got a second 911 call shortly after the woman called, and it was a man that we've later confirmed to be the father of one of the children in the house, and he called 911 to let us know what was going on as well. Actually, I think went in and tried to retrieve his child. Yeah. It was the 5-month-old boy. So, you know, we're talking to him. We're trying to interview the woman at the hospital, and obviously the children, the surviving children, we're hoping that they get the medical attention they need, but they're very critical right now.
That is the latest update. They are in critical condition.
Yes.
In Orlando. What
Correct.
hospital are they at?
I believe it's a Florida hospital in Orlando.
As far as any background on this lady, did she have a criminal history at all?
She does have a history with us for non-violent type criminal offenses. She had a prior suicide attempt, things like that. Yeah. So, you know, whether or not any of that had to play, I mean, they're looking at the whole picture and trying to answer questions of what happened here this evening. Obviously, it's a tragic situation, and we need to make sure that we are thorough and thoughtful to determine what happened.